Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
The Daily Compliance News for September 1, 2021, the Business Travel Edition. And we begin with that story from Bloomberg, as business travel is forever changed. A Bloomberg survey of 45 large companies in the U.S., Europe, and Asia show that 84% plan to spend less on post-pandemic travel. So business travel, as we know it, may well be a thing of the past. Multiple multinational companies are signaling that innovative new communications tools are making such trips history. Europe's biggest paint maker has spent the last year watching its manufacturing head in virtual plant visits over Zoom and other social media, or rather modern video communications tools. Trips to drum up business could drop by a third, and internal meetings even more. It's certainly good for wallets and sustainability. So how's that for an ESG angle? What does that mean for compliance and investigations going forward? What's in your supply chain? A question posed by the Washington Post as the U.S. begins detaining solar panel imports over concerns about forced labor in China. Detentions follow import ban enacted by the Customs and Border Protection on solar panels containing materials from the Chinese company Hoshine. As this ban has been implemented, it could certainly slow the construction of solar energy projects across the country. Industry executives said at least 3 companies have been targeted in recent weeks, and the Customs and Border Protection spokesperson confirmed by email that the agency has made a number of detentions under this import ban. Hoshine Silicone, which produces the raw material, has said, or the U.S. CBP has said, it has information reasonably indicated that Hoshine, which operates plants in China, uses forced labor, a trigger that could ban importation of U.S. products made by coerced goods. Next up, from the Wall Street Journal, the new governor of New York has picked Adrienne Harris to lead the state of New York Department of Financial Services. She's an Obama administration veteran, and she was nominated by the new governor. She's now a senior advisor at the public relations firm Brunswick in Washington, and she worked as a senior advisor at the Treasury Department from 2013 to 2015, and then a special assistant in the White House until 2017. She said in a statement she would use the position to ensure we have a robust and fair financial system and an equitable economy. Her nomination is subject to confirmation by the New York State Senate. And our final story is the SEC has sanctioned brokerage over email break-ins, as reported by Dylan Tokar at the Wall Street Journal Risk and Compliance Journal. So email break-ins are now subject to SEC sanctions. This means that companies really have to amp up their data protection, even for what may appear to be non-sensitive information such as emails. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.